Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm Caitlin Hill, and if you haven't already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button and like and share this video. I just want to start out by saying I am not a medical professional in any way, shape, or form, and I am not giving out medical advice. I am just simply sharing my experience and what I do. Okay, cool. I'm very tired. I'm very tired today. We've had a really busy week. Just so crazy with twins and a toddler. It's just so full on all the time. Yeah, it's like kind of like running a marathon, basically nonstop. So I have been running on very little sleep and yeah, just getting through it, and there's some moments that are so hard, and then others that are just like so incredibly beautiful, and it's like all mixed together, and that is just every day, all day. So we're still in Mexico, obviously, still here with the jungle behind me, and we had my father-in-law here this last week. So we planned a bunch of different day trips to check out different towns. We went to one place called San Sebastian, and we went to this, and on another day we went to this really beautiful, really small coastal beach town called Quimixto. It was about a 40-minute ride to get to the boat, and then a 20-minute boat ride, and then we took this ATV with all of us to the beach on the other side of where the dock was. Yeah, it was just like this super small, sort of like off the grid vibes beach. Felt like we were on an island even though we were just off the coast. It's just before Yalapa, basically. Very magical place. We had a really beautiful day there. We were really cautious of obviously the kids and you know, making sure that they're not getting too much sun. We were in the shade most of the time, although it was still really hot. We were there at the beach. We were wearing them for quite a lot of the day. It just makes it so much easier at the beach because there's sand like everywhere, and the babies just like literally love to put sand in their mouths. I wonder if you just like let them go and play with the sand, if they just learn how to not put it in their mouths anymore, because it's so hard to stop them from doing it. But anyways, that we'll figure out another time. They had been on us sleeping for like quite a long time, like 2 hours or so, which is a long nap for them. And like, especially when they're on someone, it just seemed like they kept on wanting to nap. And then when we got in the boat, I noticed that Elio fell asleep again, and she was like just super tired, and I was like, oh, that's crazy, she's just falling asleep again, because normally they nap and then they're like ready to be super awake and super hyper. So I found it interesting that she wanted to keep sleeping on me. And then when we got off the boat on the way back, we got into a taxi, and I noticed that she was very just sort of like tired, still falling asleep again. And my mama instinct was like, something isn't right here. I could just tell that she was off, and when I touched her, just to touch, I knew that she was hot, and that she was maybe running a fever. So of course I start to panic, I start to worry. I'm like, what is it? Like, you know, is it heat stroke? Is it this? Is it that? I'm like, every single worst case scenario is going through my head. And we get back, and she's sort of like just very lethargic. She's like falling asleep and you know, on everyone, and just, yeah, I could just tell she was feeling uncomfortable. We took her temperature. I think it was about 37.6 at that point. And yeah, she was just like running a fever. She just wanted to sleep. And she was just feeling uncomfortable, and poor little thing. It's just like the worst thing to watch your kids go through. It's like literally time just stops, and the only thing that matters is them and getting them better. And the whole world just completely revolves around that. And so yeah, it was just like, my brain is just like fully on them, fully on her at that point. And I just literally that night fell asleep with her. At this point, Rumi's like totally chilling. She's like smiling and laughing, classic Rumi. And so at nighttime, when it was bedtime, I just fell asleep with Elio in my arms, just like this, in bed. And my breast is there, so at any point she wakes up and wants to feed, it's open bar. She can just make herself at home and nurse whenever she wants. But yeah, she didn't want to nurse till like 2 or 3 in the morning. Which at that time, then I got up, I went in, and Rumi had woken up, and I went and checked her, and now Rumi was hot. So I knew that it wasn't heat stroke. I knew that it was probably a bacteria or a virus or something that they were fighting off. So I was like, in some ways kind of relieved, because I feel like heat stroke would have been sort of scary, but it was like, oh my God, now I have a whole other baby that's feeling hot and is running a temperature. I can usually just tell they're running a temperature just by placing my face against their forehead, or just by touching them. Like, I just know like their normal body temperature, and just by feeling them, I know that they're running a temperature. But I do have a thermometer. We were checking their temperatures. Rumi was running a temperature. It was still around just like 37.6. And then yeah, it was like, oh my God, now the other baby's going through it. She was just like a little bit further behind her. So yeah, it's a scary feeling when you watch your kids have fevers. Like, it's one of the worst feelings in the world. But I will say that I have learned through Safia, who definitely had a couple fevers in her day, nothing longer than like just 24-hour type things, but that the biggest, most important thing to do is just to not freak out, let their bodies do what they were designed to do. As scary as it is, and to watch and go through, I wouldn't have given a fever reducer unless they had a temperature of 103 degrees. It's the last resort. It wouldn't be the first thing that I would give them, would be to just give them Tylenol. Like, oh, they have a fever, let's give them Tylenol. It's something that I really believe in riding out. So the way that I did choose to treat their fevers was I did a tepid / warm, not too cold, not too hot, bath. I didn't have any Epsom salts, but if I did have Epsom salts, I would have used a little bit of Epsom salts in the bath. And when they're a little bit older, apple cider vinegar works great. Warm / tepid rags on the back of their neck. I kept them just basically naked with a diaper on, but I wanted to make sure that they weren't getting too cold, because if I had the air conditioning on and they're feeling super hot, then they can start to get a little bit shaky. So I still wanted to make sure that they had a blanket on them and that they weren't getting too cold. I love using essential oils for just about everything. So I used lavender just on the bottom of their feet and up the spine. And then the next day we used some tea tree oil with coconut oil, just a little foot massage on the feet. When they're a little bit older, I like using peppermint oil on the bottom of the feet. Like for Safia, now that she's 4 years old, I use peppermint oil on the bottom of her feet if she has a fever. She had one last week, actually, just a little 24-hour fever. But it's a little bit strong, I find, for babies younger than 2 years old or like 18 months old. I am breastfeeding still, so I just nursed non-stop. Whenever they wanted to feed, it was like boobs are there for them. Breast milk is magic, golden milk. It adjusts to whatever their bodies need. And I even noticed when they weren't feeling well, my boobs literally just like filled up so fast. And my body knew that they needed a lot of milk and the proper milk that they needed to fight off whatever they were going through. So nurse nonstop, literally for 2 nights straight. Because on the first night it was Elio, I fed her. She started eating around 2 a.m. and then didn't get off my boob for the rest of the night. And then basically for that whole next day. And then the next night was Rumi, because she was like a little bit behind with the fever. And then I just nursed Rumi the whole next night. And it keeps them hydrated. It gives them all of the nutrients that they need. And the moment that their mouth touches my my breast, my breast picks up on, ooh, they need this. Oh, they're feeling hot. I'm going to make the breast milk more watery. Creates antibodies that help to fight off whatever it is that they're going through. So it's literally magic. Another great option is coconut water. We're in Mexico, so getting coconut water is super easy. We can just walk down the street and get it. But you can also just buy it in packages if you don't have it close by. And you can just buy it like on the shelf if you don't have it fresh. Another really great tip is filtered water with lemon, a little bit of Celtic sea salt, and baking soda. So that's like a natural electrolyte drink that is super easy to make at home. And if you're worried that they're getting dehydrated, you can just give them that. Yeah, I mean, they mostly just wanted to sleep. Like they mostly just wanted to sleep, which is another great way to get over a fever, is just to let them rest. The most important thing is just ride it out. As scary as it is, and as much as I just wanted it to stop, when I look back on it now, those 24 hours of, well, it was like kind of a little bit longer because it was both of them, but both of them had the fevers for 24 hours. And it's sort of like lovely in a way just to like be 100% there for them, let their bodies do what they need to do, trust in it, and just be there for them. They just want cuddles and to be, you know, close and taken care of, and that's just a beautiful thing. So whenever Safi gets sick, I always make a garlic, onion, ginger broth. You like that? Safi's over here. And I always put in like some carrot and a little bit of pasta, and she just loves that. She just eats it up like crazy. So making nourishing foods like that really, really helps. Even if they don't feel like eating, even just like a smoothie is another really great option. Okay. Another really cool, crazy tip that I just learned is raw onion, okay? But not just any raw onion. You take a raw onion. I actually did a little poll, well, not a poll, but I actually posted about it on my Instagram, and I said that I was doing this raw onion trick. I asked if anyone else had ever heard of it before, and I got so many responses of people saying that they had. And basically what you do is you put a raw onion, you can either leave the onion whole, or you can cut the onion raw, or you can actually take the onion, cut it, and then put it into water, boil it, simmer it for 15 minutes, and then put the pot beside the bed of whoever is going through the illness, and it literally works like a charm. I am such a big believer in this. It's crazy. Apparently it actually like sucks whatever you have going on in your body into the onion. So I am all about that kind of stuff. And I'm a firm believer in this now. So definitely will be doing that forever and ever. Like I said, if the fever had gotten much higher, or if they were super, super uncomfortable, I would have given them baby ibuprofen. I would have given them baby ibuprofen, but I just wrote it out, used all the little tips and tricks and techniques to just help them stay cool, help them stay calm, help them stay supported and nourished, and they ended up being better after 24 hours. Matisse actually ended up getting it, so we definitely know that it was just a little bug, a little virus that was going around. So yeah, he got it like the next night, or yeah, no, on the second night. He had it on the same night that Rumi had it. So actually Matisse's dad that was here helped us out. He was like my Matisse for the night, and he slept just outside the bedroom door in the living room, and he helped me take care of the babies during the night. Matisse's mom is here with us in Mexico, so she's helped out a lot too. We also have had a babysitter while we've been here, so she came and gave the babies a bath, and she helped like give massages and massage essential oils into them, into their little feet. And yeah, so it's just about like community. We're not meant to do this alone. We are not meant to do this alone. and accepting that help from others and knowing that it's a village of support to help raise kids is just so key and so vital in order to do this job of parenting. When mothers can be supported, then children are supported, and that's how we can live on a happy, healthy planet. Thank you so much for watching this week's video. Goodbye from me and Safi.